I had the luxury to play 4 years with some of the best talent, in the country. I think that's helped me mature as a person and as a player. I know what it takes, the day in and day out grind of how you need to be your best, and then on the court of playing some of the best talent, in the country. I feel like I've learned a lot from being able to play 4 years in college.
Was it ever close, especially when Hoiberg left?
I didn't know if he was leaving. So, I obviously thought about it, but, I'm so happy that I came back because I learned so much, in 1 year going from my junior to my senior year.
What is it?
Yeah, I talked to Coach McMillan this morning, and, I've talked with, Larry and, Kevin Pritchard, and they've told me really your role is to be a playmaking four, stretching the floor and making plays for others, and basically playmaking and using my high basketball IQ to help this team play faster and win games. So I mean that's what I'm here to do, and that's what I plan on doing, and not stretching it out to do things that I don't do. Here to play my game and help this team win. I don't know if that's fair, to say that because they've played in the NBA, and I haven't played any games in the NBA, but I patterned my game after a lot of guys. Boris Diaw, his craftiness. Even I would say my boss, but Larry Bird. I've watched him growing up and his ability just to get his shot off. But obviously, Draymond Green with how he's really changed the game and how he does things. And another one is Paul Millsap. So I like to take a little bit of everyone's game and try to implement into mine. I think there's a lot of similar things that what Fred did in the NBA now and what he did back at Iowa State. Are very similar. So I feel like I've been coached. To know the schemes and systems.
George, what's it like? What's it like to be in the same organization with a guy like Larry Bird?
Oh, it's amazing. Where I come from, that guy is a legend. So obviously, to be in the same organization is definitely a blessing. But I'm excited to get here and get to work and get things done. Yeah, I don't think I could have asked for a better fit. With the pieces that they brought in before the draft and the pieces that they already have here, I don't think I could have asked for a better fit. I feel like one of my best abilities is my basketball IQ, my versatility, and my playmaking ability, and that all fits in, with the guys that they have in this locker room and the coaches that they brought in to get the job done. I don't think it's tough to persevere. The people that are saying those things are allowed to have their own thoughts. I mean, if they want to lace up and play one-on-one, we can come here and play. But no, I think the biggest thing for me is that my basketball IQ allows me to know the scouting report, the schemes up and down, so that I can be in the right spots rather than be an athletic figure and just depend on my athleticism. So I think the biggest thing with my basketball IQ is that's going to help me, and my competitiveness and my willingness to win is going to help me, stay humbled and stay great at this level. Miles reached out to me. I talked to Glenn for a little bit when I got into town. Rakeem, Shane. I'm just getting acclimated with the guys. This is my first day here, so I'm excited to get to know the guys and excited for my journey here. No, I mean obviously my mindset is to be the best me I can be to help this team be the best we. So if I can help them out in any way possible, I'm going to try to do that. Be a guy that gets in here extra, day in and day out, just to be someone that team needs. And with the stretch fours being as popular as they are, I feel like I can help this team out.
You're probably aware that 31 is taken. What number do you plan to wear?
I plan on wearing number 32. Yeah.
Just go one up.
Yeah, so one step ahead, so I'll be number 32.
How big of
Oh yeah, no, of course. That's what makes me tick. Of course, I'm going to be playing in the summer league. I'm excited for it too.
Were you expecting to get drafted? Or because a lot of mock drafts did not include you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the mock drafts were wrong. So, I had an idea, I figured, I was hoping that I would get drafted, but I didn't know I was going to be to a great place, like Indianapolis, and I couldn't be more thankful.
Were you at home on draft night, or where were you?
I was at home, yeah. I was at home watching it with my family. It was supposed to be a small get-together of 5 or 6 people, and people just started showing up. So.
And what was the reaction when your name got called?
Oh, it was great. People were screaming, yelling, hollering, and then that's when I realized, this is when the real work starts, and I'm excited for it. I'm really excited to be a Pacer and start the journey off in Indy.
There's a real confidence to your answers, and it sounds like in the attitude about how you view yourself. Do you have maybe, is it an edge? Is that the right way to describe what you play with?
I've always had a chip on my shoulder, but if you're not going to believe in yourself, who is? So I'm not saying that I'm arrogant, but obviously I have a certain type of confidence in my abilities, and I know what I can do. I feel like that's one of my best attributes is I know who I am, and I'm not going to skew away from that. No, excellent. I've been treated awesome since I landed here, and I think this is a first-class organization that does things the right way, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
You averaged 20 points in college. I mean that is, that's an accomplishment in of itself. Do you still think that there's more to prove, or that the fact that you could maybe not translate it, that there might be some speculation about that, or is the confidence from the fact that you did average 20?
No, I think my confidence is just in my abilities and who I am and what I've been through. I think the biggest thing is I'm here to make plays for others, make things easier, on PG's life, set screens for, Jeff coming off ball screens, get Monte open to get, open shots. The thing is I know who I am. I'm not going to go out here and try to shoot two dribble step back jumpers. That's not who I am. I'm here to, play make for others, to get guys involved, and when the opportunity's there to score and make plays, I'm going to do that. I just think I'm a huge basketball fan, so any chance I get, I'm always picking people's brains or watching extra film. Obviously, Coach Hoiberg has a huge piece of that, with him always taking the time to help me understand the game, and like he was talking about 4 years in college, that really helped me a ton.
Have you talked to Coach Hoiberg since?
Yeah, he called me and and congratulated me, but he's a rival now, so I can't be talking to him anymore.
And they jumped right over you.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that because I'm happy to be in Indy. I thought, like I said, I showed what I could do, and the front office here and the coaching staff here really value guys that have IQ and know how to play the game. So I guess those two combinations went well for me.
How many workouts did you have?
I had 9.
9?
Yeah.
George, you seem to know an awful lot about the Indiana Pacers. Did you have to study up, or did you just know all this information by watching the game on TV?
I've been a huge basketball fan. I can go back to when Scott Pollard was here. So I've been a huge fan of the game, and I remember obviously I grew up a Celtics fan. So watching the game, I always remember the Indiana Pacers with the pinstripes, and obviously Reggie and what he's done. I didn't really have to study up too much, but this is, like I said, a first-class organization. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
What's the right way to call it, to say your first name? What do you prefer to, how do you prefer to be addressed? Because George is George.
Yeah.
I kept saying Georgie.
Hey, we can go with it. The S is silent, like Des Moines. So George. Yeah, no, it's spelled in French, so it was Georges, but people just call me George.